All right, let's continue to get reaction now from various political parties. Let's now welcome Mr. Zungula of the African Transformation Movement. Mr. Zungula, great to have you with us on the show. So welcome. So very damning allegations, and if proven to be true, we as a nation are in a serious bind in terms of the rot within our law enforcement. But of course, this is right at the back of the arrest of other top crime officials just in the short period of a couple of weeks' time. So what is your official reaction to these allegations as ATM, sir?
The allegations are very damning, and if we were to look at these allegations from a perspective of citizens who know that there is a drug problem in our country, but you don't see enough action from the police when it comes to fighting the scourge of drugs in our society. You'll recall that a few years ago, there was a drug shipment that was caught, and it was taken to one of the police sites. However, a few weeks later, it was found that that drug shipment had been stolen from police custody. You also have a problem of cases of illegal mining, which is so widespread, and one of the kingpins was arrested, but he did not even make it to the police cell. So it goes to show how much police are effectively involved in terms of crime and criminality in our country. And we don't need to remind the viewers about in the past of having a Jackie Celebi who was found to have had corrupt relationships with drug lords. So we need to process all of these allegations and make sure that we give confidence that we do not have citizens that are victims of crime only to find that it is the top brass of the police up to the level of the minister that is involved in terms of working together with criminals, because then it means we should not have confidence as ordinary citizens in the justice system, in the police system, because it is the very same law enforcement authorities that are working with criminals, and we as the citizens are the ones that are bearing the brunt of all of the crime and criminality that is being facilitated by the top brass of the people we should be trusting.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Vuyo, you heard the response there. We've just played that clip of the response from Mr. Sibiya. They basically saying what the conduct of General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, calling it embarrassing and non-professional. What do you make of these reactions, specifically at such a time where we need serious and critical answers?
There can never be protocols or laws to be followed in times of injustice, in times of the people that are entrusted with power collaborating with criminals, especially as General Mkhwanazi said that it is prosecutors, it is magistrates, it is judges, it is members of parliament, up to the level of having an entire minister of police. So the fact that General Mkhwanazi took this bold and courageous step, for us, it is a step in the right direction when it comes to really exposing the rot that it is. Because if General Mkhwanazi would have spoken to the Minister of Police, how can you report a crime that involves the Minister of Police to the very same Minister of Police, to the very same Deputy National Commissioner who's been implicated? So by him going to the public, for me, I think it was very courageous, and it should be something that we should encourage all other public servants to say, if there is a need for you as a public servant to really expose the rot that is so protected by multi-layers of protection from judges, prosecutors, politicians, you've got no choice but to inform the public, because that's what you are. You are a servant of the public. You need to take into confidence the public about all of these things that are happening, especially if the people that are powerful can somewhat suppress you and make sure that you do not destroy the criminality that they are advancing.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of yourselves as ATM in Parliament, what do you suggest should be the best way forward in addressing this, of course, impasse, Vuyo?
There needs to be action that is taken by the president of the country against the Minister of Police, because the allegation that the minister misled Parliament It is a grave allegation that needs to be processed by the president when it comes to the Executive Members Ethics Act. Now, I know that there's been calls to have a judicial inquiry into the state of policing and crime intelligence in our country. We've got a different view to say, let it go to Parliament. It must be something that is spearheaded by Parliament, because Parliament comprises of 18 different political parties who each member that would sit in an ad hoc committee of Parliament that would preside over any inquiry of that nature will be representing the people of our country. We know in some commissions of inquiries, there's been this instance whereby the commission follows individuals instead of following the evidence. There was a state capture commission. Up until today, there's no one that has been arrested from that state capture commission. And even the testimonies that were made by some people there, it was never processed to an extent whereby on the final report it is included. But when it comes to Parliament, we are there as the members of Parliament coming from different political parties to guard the process and ensure that we get to the bottom of the issues and we clear the rot that is there in the police. Because even Mr. Ramaphosa, it is very unlikely that will take action against Mr. Senzo Mchunu, because even currently, when it comes to the State Capture Commission, there are members in cabinet that have been implicated. They are still serving them. He's never taken action. So this, for me, is not really limited to Mr. Mchunu, but it speaks to ANC being a criminal syndicate, whereby the people that are in the top leadership in our country are involved one way or the other when it comes to all of the allegations that were leveled by General Mkhwanazi. You remember even the time there was unrest in 2021, General Mkhwanazi took the public into confidence by telling the people that it is the police ministers that told him to go protect SIB breweries instead of protecting the people.